Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. I must say that I'm a little taken aback by the headline that says XRP relist on major crypto exchange. Why does that surprise me to see? Since the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit and XRP gained legal clarity 4 freaking months ago, this exchange appears to be a major exchange. They just heard about it. Is the internet unavailable to them? Additionally, according to Deaton's analysis of the crypto basics, Ripple's SEC penalties will be less than the whole sum paid in legal fees. It might now semis. Theoretically, it still might be a lot, but there's still a chance they might end up with a giant goose egg. As Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse disclosed in public, the company has spent roughly $150 million. Taking into account that the amount that was being mentioned suggests that Ripple may have had to pay more than $770 million. If you are discussing something smaller. Yes, it is still very expensive for any typical human right. However, it only represents a small portion of the SEC's true goals. Thus, it's excellent to draw attention to the SEC's complete defeat. This video, which I'll share with you, provides a thorough explanation of why from attorney John Deaton. I do want to be clear though, before we move forward. I don't have any form of financial experience. I'm not giving any financial guidance here. Furthermore, nothing I say should influence you to buy or sell anything. I'm just a hobbyist that likes to create YouTube videos about various aspects of cryptocurrency for fun. In light of Judge Analysis's recent ruling addressing the remedies phase of the SEC versus Ripple case, attorney Deaton hypothesizes that Ripple may be required to pay a fine that is less than the sum it spent fighting the SEC lawsuit. According to John Deaton's speculation, the blockchain corporation could not be willing to pay up to $770 million in penalties. So let's consider this. What number was it? 1.2 or 1.3 billion, was it? At first, the SEC was aiming for that. Thus, you may argue, that's what would have happened. Furthermore, it was estimated earlier in the litigation that Ripple's legal costs may reach closer to $200 million. They appear to be a little less than that right now, but still having a good time for Ripple. Yes, we in the XRP community, that is. Thank goodness, XRP's legal status is clear. However, Ripple's costs never stop. As was discussed in one of my other recent films, there is a lot of wackiness among the XRP community. An order for scheduling was presented. We may also observe that, according to the information provided here, the remedy phase of this ancient time will begin in February. Check this out, then. Remember when earlier this week, Judge Torres issued the eagerly awaited scheduling order for the lawsuit's remedies phase? By February 12, 2024, the parties shall have completed all discovery-related remedies in accordance with the order. However, the SEC must submit its brief by March 13, 2024, at the latest. By April 12, 2024, Ripple is anticipated to submit their opposition. And on April 29, 2024, the SEC is free to submit any reply. The appropriate fine that Ripple will pay for breaking the law by selling $770 million worth of XRP to institutional clients will be decided during the remedies phase. Alright, so theoretically it might be that high. However, it appears quite unlikely that it will be anything close to that. Thus, see why the SEC will not benefit from this. And you really have to consider how many years this took, how much money was essentially spent on Ripples even though they weren't going to accept that they were essentially made to pay for this ridiculous case. You can consider all of the money that the SEC spent, after all, those are taxpayer dollars. And what will they truly gain from this, in the end? Despite the heartbreaking loss they have experienced, they will only receive a paltry $5 from this prickly lawsuit. Therefore, they might not even be able to save face. Look this. Item goes on. Remarkably, during his lecture on crypto law, attorney Deaton emphasized a number of issues that would assist Ripple in paying a lesser fee rather than the estimated $770 million fine. The crypto attorney cited the Morrison decision of the Supreme Court as one of the legal precedents that would permit Ripple to exclude institutional sales of XRP that are carried out outside of the United States. Deaton claims that Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse, two Ripple executives, previously stated that 95% of their respective XRP sales were from outside the US. Notably, Deaton stated that sales of Ripple's XRP might fall under the similar scenario, with a sizable portion of sales perhaps falling outside of SEC authority. I never considered that these operations would be applicable to new AMD's portion of the $770 million in question. As so, this may significantly diminish the conversation about Ripple might pay. Attorney Deaton also mentioned Lu versus SEC and SEC versus Goldhill as more cases, as well as judicial decisions that can lower the disgorgement sum each Deaton. In certain circumstances, victims who experienced real financial harm must receive discouragement. In this sense, investors in XRP who purchased the coin at a price higher than the current one of 63.4 cents might only receive disgorgement from Ripple. Netflix, give that some thought. Since these accusations, charges, and even the most recent ripples date all the way back to 2013. Furthermore, as you are well aware, throughout the first few years of Ripple's existence, the price of XRP was essentially over for the majority of that period, at around half a penny. Therefore, there would need to be a real victim. A Ripple client is that. Furthermore, it can only be used for institutional sales, not programmatic sales. Thus, when we refer to programmatic, we mean that individuals such as yourself and me are purchasing on exchanges that have already been released. We know this because of Judge's perspective on his position. You seem to be discussing transactions at the institutional level. In any case, it's still blatantly fraudulent because, if you're discussing those kinds of transactions and XRP as a bridge currency, how will they be impacted? Which party will suffer harm and how? What will undoubtedly not be their OTL clients, correct? Since, it only takes 3 seconds to complete an additional P transaction. Therefore, you might be able to make an argument there if they are market maker customers. However, given the current state of XRP's price, that is becoming more difficult. Moreover, favorable price movement for the entire cryptocurrency market, including XRP, should make things even more absurd, raising the threshold even further. In any case, please carry on. Deaton thinks that institutional sales of XRP were below the current price, however there were still a lot of ripples. According to the pro-XRP attorney, Ripple may also try to deduct its allowable business costs, such as travel, legal, and tax charges. He expressed his confidence that the disgorgement amount is significantly less than what most people believe. Attorney Deaton also forecast that Ripple would be able to pay less than what it had spent on the legal defense. Here is another statement made by Deaton: whatever the final amount of discouragement is, it will be less than what Ripple paid and legal fees. Yes, let's see how this all plays out. Well, Ripple included, it appears that things are improving. In regards to this, it's unjust that the game requires payment. I really believe in what I assume to be a fairly universally held opinion in our XRP community. However, if you're the SEC, this is absolutely terrible, and I love to see that. Next up was XRP, which was relisted on a significant cryptocurrency market. To be really honest, I felt like I had to double-check the headline and ask myself, okay, when is this article going to be published? What is this, exactly? 2023 November? Not in a manner. How about, what? Did you learn the news just now? How is it possible that this significant exchange hasn't relisted in more than 4 months? Relative to but people, that's the actual world. You learn something new every day. I simply wasn't aware that any exchanges hadn't done this yet. It's a little strange, but good for them for trying. That's all I have to say. It seems a bit strange. Let's get started. The well-known digital asset exchange CEX.io stated earlier this Wednesday that its US-based users would be able to relist the XRP coin, which is associated with Ripple. With this change, customers can now purchase, sell, convert, deposit, and withdraw XRP throughout the whole ecosystem of the CX.iOS platform. The native token of the Ripple protocol, XRP, was relisted by major exchanges early this year in response to a crucial U.S. court decision. According to Federal District Judge Annalisa Torres' decision, XRP isn't always a security on its face, that is, unless it's traded to generate money for institutions. This move will greatly increase the trust of cryptocurrency exchanges to reoffer the token, krakencrypto.com, but it will not immediately address secondary sales of XRP. Among the first sites to relist XRP were Coinbase and Bitstamp. Yes, and I didn't think this would happen. It was incredible. However, that court decision came on July 13th. And that day, XRP started trading on those platforms once more, just a few hours later. Well, I'm aware that this was the situation on Coinbase. Although I'm not positive if they were all actually alive that day, they were all at least declared on that day. One of the most enjoyable days in XRP's history, that one was. However, in any case, as you have reported today, the XRP price has surged tremendously due to the relisting wave, propelling the token to a year-to-high level of 93 cents. I'm not sure why we have to wait this long, though. Additionally, I looked into their official X social media pages. And they just done this. I haven't seen an explanation for it. It doesn't make sense, so perhaps they don't want to explain themselves. But now let's get started. It's live, that's all. Strange though that is? If someone discovers the reason, kindly inform me. Since that's what I was looking for. All I did was browse through X. And I just could not come up with a single explanation for this strange phenomenon. I mean, did they really need to spend many months working with their legal to ensure that relisting XRP was really super duper triple safe? That's a little difficult to accept. Something else must be happening there. Correct. It's peculiar, anyhow. But I'm glad it's back. Planet's return. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say should influence you to buy or sell anything. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.